Hello everyone, and welcome to my lesson for Spawn Again by Silverchair. This song is in drop D flat tuning, so you need to drop all the strings of your guitar down a half step and then drop the low E to match your D string. So I'm not going to show you how to do that here, you can look that up if you need to, but anyway, drop D flat tuning, and we'll get started with the intro. Now, the intro to the song is fairly straightforward. The only thing that people might ask about is the note at the beginning, and from what I've been able to gather, if you have a Gibson style guitar or any guitar where you can turn, or where each pickup has an individual volume control, what you do is, say on your neck pickup, roll back the volume so that it's completely off, and make sure your bridge pickup is full. Turn the distortion on and keep the switch up to your neck pickup, the one that has the volume off. And what you're going to do is go to the 5th fret A string with your first finger, and 7th fret D and G strings with your ring and pinky fingers. Leave the low E open, and you're going to strum those 4 notes and then switch to your bridge pickup. That's the closest I can figure as to how that sound is made in the beginning. But anyway, the actual intro goes like this. I'll play it through and then I'll explain it. So that was a slight mistake in there, but I'll show you. Anyway, you start with the low E. That's going to be sort of a pedal tone through the whole thing, but so open low E, 6 on the A string, and then 5, and then you're going to bend the 5 half step and back. So open, 6, 5, bend. So it should match this note. Like that. Then 2 more open low E's. Bend again on the 5th A string. Open low E, bend again. Then open low E, 6th fret low E and A, and then open low E and A. So all together slowly, it'll be like this. So you would repeat that part 3 times. Start playing it the 4th time, but after that bend you would go open E twice, 4 on low E and A, 2 more opens, 5 on E and A, 2 more opens, or sorry, 1 more open, and then 6 open. So the last part, or the last, you play it regularly, the first 3/4 of it, and then the last part goes like this. So 2 opens, 4, 2 opens, 5, 2 opens, 6, open. Hopefully that makes sense. So that's it for the intro, and we'll move on to the, or no, this is technically still part of the intro, but we'll keep going anyway. So the next part goes like this. I'll play through it and explain it again. So. that is, it's once again the same chord that you used on the very beginning with the switch and the volumes and everything. So 5th fret A string, 7th fret D and G strings, and leave the low E open. Hit that 3 times. And then, like at the end of the first part of the intro, open, open, 4, open, open, 5, open, open, 6, open. And then repeat that 4 times. So then when the verse starts in, of course the guitar goes quiet and you'll hear the bass play. And when the guitar starts again, it'll be technically the chorus riff, and it's the exact same thing as the last part of the intro. And again it would fade back out into another verse, and then you would repeat that again for the next chorus. So the next part is the interlude, so we'll go to that. Okay, so for the interlude, you'll hear the bass change riffs. The guitar won't mirror it until the bridge, which is just after the interlude, but leading up to the bridge, you'll hear something like this. So what that is a slide up to 14 on the B string, hit that 8 times, then 13 on the B string, 12 on the high E, 4 times, and then bar the 12 on the B and high E strings 4 times. So you'll get this. And then the bridge begins where the guitar mirrors the bass riff, and all that is is you're alternating between the open low E and A strings and the 11th fret low E and A strings in this rhythm. And that repeats through the bridge. I think the line is 8 billion killed for human pleasure. That's where the riff changes back into another interlude, but you'll hear so you would let the low E and A open strings ring out, and the second interlude will begin, and we'll go to that next. Okay, so the second interlude starts in as those 2 open strings ring out, and I'll play through the pattern and then I'll show you how it's done. So it's pretty simple. It starts off, it's all on the low E string by itself, and you start off on the 3rd fret, which is sort of a, well anyway, the actual riff starts with the open low E, but you'll start on the 3rd, and then, so 3rd open, 2 more opens, 4 hammer onto 6, open, 1, open 3, and then repeat. Now, I think the second time he plays through that, you hear an overdub, and I'm pretty sure it's just the same thing except on the D string instead of the low E. So and so on. Anyway, after you play through that 4 times, the riff stays the same, except you use 1-finger power chords instead of just the single line, or the single string. So it'll be like, use the low E and A strings, or the E, A, and D if you want to, but it'll be and for the open strings you'd palm mute instead of just letting them ring out, just for that that interlude. So that remains constant until you hear Daniel say, "Drink up, look down." Once he says that, you'll hear another overdub, and it's octaves that are strummed fairly fast. So you start on the D string, 5th fret, and skip to the G string, 7th fret, or sorry, A string, 5th fret, and G string, 7th fret, and don't play the D string at all. So it'll be now, it can be hard to keep all the strings you don't want to play muted, especially since it's right around a harmonic point, but just do what you can. So yeah, that's going to be your pattern. After that is going to be 5 A string, 7 G string, going up to 6 and then down to 3, back up to 6, back down to 5. So just try to keep that pattern going. And so on. So that continues, and I think he said, yeah. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to remember how the whole thing goes and which parts I'm on. Anyway, you'll hear him say, discard the old and in with the fashion. And that's your cue to switch back to so you'd start the 3-0-4-6-1, but instead of continuing that riff repeating, you just go just play the first half of it, so, and hold the 1st fret. Let the 1st fret E and A strings ring out, and then you're going to repeat the intro. So to be, the only difference is when you get past that first bend, there's palm mutes. So open, open, 4, open, open, 5, open, open, 6, open. So slowly it'll go like this. So you keep that repeating. And then just like that section of the intro, the 4th time you would go like this. And also, just like the intro, you play the next part. So 5 on the A, 7, 7 on the D and G, low E open. that's it for the song. So hopefully I didn't confuse you too much with the different parts. Like I said, it's pretty straightforward, and a lot of it repeats. So even, I think there's only actually 3 or 4 different sections that you'll have to learn. It's just that you have to know where to play each one. And the overdubs aren't too important, so if you just play the regular parts, you'll have even less to remember, and you should get by fine for that song. Anyway, that's it for this one, guys. I hope you enjoyed the lesson. Hope you got something from it, and take it easy. I'll see you next time.